Hi, welcome to The Story and the Song. My name is Adri Love. I'm going to be your host. I'm a singer-songwriter on the west coast of BC, Canada, otherwise known as Turtle Island. Thank you so much for listening along to the episodes. If you've been tuning in, I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that these stories can reach people, more people, and that people get to know these artists and that their voices are amplified. So please help this little channel along. It would be so appreciated. Um, we're on episode 4 now. So I'm super excited for you guys to hear this conversation. I got Connor from Summer's brother and Chase the Bear. He's a drummer, he's a songwriter, he's a singer, and he came on the show to talk about some of his songs that he's recently released under Summer's brother. And we just talk about his life in music and how he's gotten to where he is now. I think you guys are going to like this conversation. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this and for inviting me into your home. This is such a cool little corner. We got the trees outside. We're in Kits.
By the beach.
Yeah. So how have you been? What have you been up to?
Just been doing lots of Summer's brother stuff. Chase the Bear, we're still going. It's been 7 years.
Right. So tell me how you got into to Chase the Bear. How did that connection all happen?
Yeah, well, most of us are from Fort St. John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were there before.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was born and raised in Fort St. John, and me and Brady, the bassist, we were in our first band together when he played guitar and I was the singer.
Okay. And Brady is the guitar player?
He's the bass player.
Or the bass player.
Yeah.
In Chase the Bear. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, that lasted for a year. And then he moved down to Vancouver and I moved down to Vancouver. And we played in another band together. That band broke up. And then he started playing music with Troy.
Okay.
Over on the island. And then they started Chase the Bear on the island together and started slowly writing songs and collecting Troy's brother Leo and the other guitarist Jordan, who met them busking on the street. And then Troy was just gotta get Connor in the band. He's gotta be the drummer. I was already playing in 4 bands or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And we played a show at Vinyl Envy in Victoria, and he showed up and was just "You're gonna be our drummer." I was all right.
I'm not gonna fight this.
Yeah. I was sounds good. Sure, whatever.
Okay.
And the rest is history.
Right. I can't believe you guys have been together for that long now, 8 years, hey?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you guys keep it together for that amount of time?
We just don't give up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Every time you want to give up, just don't.
Right. But you guys must have it must feel like family.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, with Troy and Leo, it literally is. Right. So they're brothers, and then Jordan lives in the house with them, downstairs.
Right.
And then Brady lives in an apartment right down the street. Oh, and then I didn't even mention Kevin, our keys player. He's been with he wasn't at the beginning of the band, but he's been in the band for 5 years.
Oh, okay. That's still a long time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He's obviously a core member of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel obviously there's ebb and flow, and not everyone's always going to be into it all the time. Sometimes you need to take a break. Sometimes things. Yeah, I heard somebody say that being in a band is just always you're one step away out the door. You're always just so close to giving up. Every band is just just this close to throwing it in, but you're also maybe this close to finally doing what you've always wanted to do.
Right.
So it's worth staying. And every time we decide not to break up, something good happens.
Right.
So
That just kind of gives you that little bit of a push to be like, all right, well, I'll stay and see what
yeah,
happens.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's like, well, so far so good. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens this year. And then if this year is the worst experience of my life, then
Yeah.
maybe it's not meant to be. And then every year it's like, oh cool, we did something that we didn't do, or we're
Yeah.
just happy to keep doing it.
Well, I just, and as I was saying with Troy, like, I just really admire your guys' dedication to
Hmm.
music and just like,
Mhm.
just grinding at what you do. Like, I really see you guys as such a hardworking band, and it really
Thank you.
has paid off because, I mean, you guys got signed to 604 Records,
Hmm.
and you guys are still on that label, right?
Yeah, so we're signed to Rock is Dead Records, which is like a subsidiary of 604.
Okay.
It's like its own little label that is partnered with 604. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're like in the family, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. And what's your history with getting into music? Like, how did you start drumming? Were the drums your first instrument, or?
No, it was piano. But my dad's a drummer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he played in a bunch of bands in the 80s.
Nice.
There's some awesome photos I'll have to send you of him and his
Please.
band, like
Yes.
hair, just so
Oh
much
my gosh.
hair, so much leather, so much like makeup, and
Okay.
yeah, it was like
Okay.
so 80s,
Yeah. Yeah.
and did that for like 10 years, touring the country back and forth, like was
Yeah.
really making a living
Wow.
and stuff.
Like
And
full-time musician.
yeah,
That's so
definitely
cool.
playing like the club circuit, because back in those days you could like go to Calgary and play the same club for like a week, and you would
Okay.
be like the house band for the week if you were
Interesting.
a cover band.
Oh, okay.
And then like, because they weren't hiring DJs a lot back then,
Mm-hmm.
um and so yeah, they would just tour, go to Calgary, play there for a week, go to Edmonton, play there for a week, go to Saskatoon, play there for a week, and then like just do that for years and years essentially.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy. And what instrument did your like what role did your dad play in the
he
band?
was a drummer.
He's a drummer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, still
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
And yeah, just always had the drum kit in the house. And
Yeah.
so when I grew up kind of watching him play in a country band
Yeah.
up in Fort St. John.
Yeah.
They were called
Yeah.
Dear John. And yeah, just was like kind of always around it, and never
Right.
realized that other people's parents weren't like cool, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, like yeah, my dad is really cool. And
When did that kind of hit you?
I don't
Like
know. I was
later on in
like a
like your teens?
teenager,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
where I was looking at like my friends' parents at home, and I was like, were they wild and crazy like back in the 80s? I don't
Right.
think so. Like they're an
Yeah.
accountant or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, not everyone's parents were weird. Okay,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. So that kind of it's out from what how you're describing your dad. I can see how maybe that has influenced your um the way you've chosen to represent yourself in Summer's brother, like with the
Mm-hmm.
makeup and
Yeah, like
the
the
leather. Yeah,
theatrical
there's is your dad a big
element.
influence on that? Like, do you kind of give that to him as far
Yeah,
as like, yeah, inspiration
yeah,
goes?
I think so. Like, for example, right now I'm using like this big metal confetti cannon
Hmm.
at the end of our
Oh,
show.
right. Yes, I did
Yeah.
see that.
And
So
so
fun.
the way I got that was my dad in that Dear John country band. He had a custom made tractor drum kit, and
Okay.
it was like all green and yellow, and it looked like a tractor, and it
Oh
had
my
like this
goodness.
big smokestack in the middle, and they would
Oh,
feed a fog machine into it, so then it would like smoke. And
okay.
then my job when I was like 10 years old was to like sit behind the drum kit and like pull the confetti cannon.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
that confetti cannon is a piece from that drum kit basically.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And when Chase the Bear's gear got stolen on our tour, my dad was like, well, take this tractor drum kit because I'm not using it. It's
Yeah.
in storage. I've
Okay.
got no reason to use it. Maybe you can get like a few grand from it
Yeah.
and help get some gear back.
Yeah.
So now the only piece of that I use is the confetti cannon.
Right. Well, I think it's a great piece
Yeah.
of thing to use in your shows. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Not everyone's got one, so you
no.
may as well use it, right?
It's funny because I was watching that video and I'm like, where did he come up with an idea to do that at his show?
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
I've always wanted to I always kind of sometimes use those little confetti poppers from the dollar store
yeah,
or
yeah,
like the little confetti guns.
yeah.
Um, but I always end up like forgetting them or when you're behind the drums, it's harder to do that
Right. Yeah,
because I
yeah.
can't like hit the last chord of the song and then at the same time
Like cue the
trigger the
right.
cannon.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
maybe one day
why,
you'll figure that out and then it'll just be
yeah,
so epic when you do
yeah,
it. Maybe there's
exactly.
like a little pedal you can push with your foot and then it just.
Yeah, I think that's what my dad used to do when I wasn't there,
Oh,
is
okay.
like, because there's a string that attaches, so he would somehow attach the string
Yeah.
to like his foot or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Or
Yeah.
maybe he held on to it and then pull it at the same time. I don't know how he did it, actually. I should
Well,
ask.
well, it's cool that you're like adding these different elements to your show. Like obviously you're wanting to make it more than just like you're wanting to make it entertaining and
Yeah,
like an experience.
yeah, definitely.
And I think maybe sometimes some artists like leave that piece out, like that,
Hmm.
this is you're here to like put on a show and a performance
For
and
sure.
make this an experience for everybody in the audience, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
um when did you start writing your own songs?
I was probably 12, I think. Yeah. And then you know how like did you have like recorder classes
Yes.
and
Yeah,
stuff?
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
So in my school we had ukuleles instead.
Oh, okay.
Which was, I'm guessing it was an initiative of like one of the teachers that
Right.
just wanted to do something different.
Right.
And so our like class project after we learned four chords was like, oh, write a song. That's like your assignment now.
Okay.
So I wrote a song called I Like Pie on the ukulele, which was like a chorus, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
And then like every year I would add a verse
Okay.
until like it was a full song. And I always get people from like high school and stuff and just like people from Fort St. John being like, "Are you going to play I Like Pie?" Like it's like this
Oh my
indie
gosh.
underground hit now. Because people just thought it was really funny, I guess.
You
And
just can't live that one down, can you?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'd play it at like school talent shows and stuff, and
Oh,
yeah, I would
wow.
just kind of like keep playing it because that was like my song.
Right.
Um, and then yeah, it's kind of like kept writing stuff once I got a guitar
Yeah.
and got really into Nirvana.
Yeah.
So I just like wrote really weird lyrics that made no sense and were like kind of like dumb sometimes because yeah, those like Nirvana songs kind of inspired me to be like,
Yeah.
oh, it doesn't need to make sense
Yeah.
all the time.
True.
I can just write whatever comes to my head,
Right.
and that's fine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so are you kind of the only writer in your family then? Like, did your dad write songs at all
Yeah,
or?
yeah. He does. He's more of a writer now than he
Okay.
was before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
he writes a lot of country songs, so like very lyrically focused stuff, and I really love the lyrics that he's writing right now.
Yeah.
Like lots of story songs inspired by like Johnny Cash and like
Okay.
like old country singers like
Yeah.
Willie Nelson and
Okay.
Merle Haggard and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of that stuff, like playing guitars around campfires and
Nice.
just like
Yeah.
those types of very lyrical songs, like "Crazy" by Patsy Cline,
Okay.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
just like yeah, lots of those country songs.
Right.
I
And
feel like that inspired me a lot.
were you singing at that time as well or?
Not really. No, I would like sometimes try to follow along with my ukulele or play a cajon or a
Yeah.
djembe or something.
Right.
But yeah, I never really started singing until yeah, I was a teenager for sure. And my mom always likes to tell the story about how they saw like the photo of me on a poster in town,
Okay.
and it was like this thing called the Strawberry Jam, where they just like featured local artists at the theater, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fort St. John has a theater kind of similar to the Rio, called the
Okay.
Lido Theater,
Okay.
and so they would do like special anniversary film screenings or
Yeah.
sometimes live music. So yeah, I like I booked a show for myself, but didn't tell my parents about it because I didn't know you're supposed to tell your parents when you book your first show. And yeah, my mom was like driving by the theater and was like, you didn't tell me that
Yeah.
you're doing
Yeah.
a show. She just like saw my name and photo
That's
at the
hilarious.
at the theater, and I was like, yeah, well, you can come if you want.
How old were you?
I was like maybe 14, I think. Yeah,
Okay,
probably
crazy.
14.
And what were you planning on doing at that show?
I
Like
did a lot of covers. Like I was
on
playing
guitar?
guitar. Yeah, I was
Okay.
playing guitar and singing, doing like Nirvana stuff. I might have done like some Sublime songs.
Yeah.
I was really into 90s stuff. So like I was learning acoustic Nirvana, acoustic Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Chili Peppers, and like, yeah,
Nice.
some reggae stuff.
Nice. And how did the first show go?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really great. People were really responsive and very kind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so funny. Um, and so when did you come here to Vancouver?
That was about 10 years ago now. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like a year after I graduated. Um, I wanted to do either like go into psychology because I was really interested in just like how the brain worked, um, or I would do music. So I was like, well, I can be an old man and study psychology, but I don't want to be an old man and be like, I should have done the music thing, should have started the
Yeah.
band, should have
Yeah.
went on
No.
tour,
It's like you got that view of the future and you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy. Yeah, exactly. I know a lot of those guys, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm sure like talking to guys like that in Fort St. John, I'm sure they were telling me that to make
Right.
sure that I did it,
Right. Right.
because it's like friends of my dad or whatever
Yeah.
that are saying like, "Oh man, I used to be in a band, should have stuck with it,"
Oh,
or
okay.
I used to play guitar or I used to play drums or whatever, and just didn't end up going and doing it.
Right. Just failed dreams. Like
Yeah, yeah,
stories of failed dreams.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm like, I don't want to be like that. So I'm
Yes.
just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I ended up going to Nimbus for the
Oh, okay.
music business program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was
Nice.
like, I know how to play drums, pretty okay. I like started playing drums when I was 11, so
Yeah.
I'd been doing it all right. I was like, I could do jazz drums and do the whole drum degree, but I have no idea how to like book a show or what the music industry as a whole even looks like.
Right. Yeah.
So the business program definitely like helped with that, just being like, these are the venues in town. These are like the artists. This is who Mother is. This is like, who
Yeah.
604 Records is. This is
Yeah.
we did a project where we booked a show at the Anza Club
Yeah.
and had to like find the talent and do stuff like that. So that really helped. And now some of the people that I was in school with um, are like working for SOCAN or working for 604 and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that was
Okay.
like a really valuable experience for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. And do you feel like that's when you kind of started branching out, and because you mentioned that you were in four bands at the time
Mm-hmm.
that Chase the
Mm-hmm.
Bear was chasing you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
um
Essentially.
so how did, like, what was going on before Chase the Bear, like, and you were in these four bands, like what projects were those, and
Yeah,
were you just drumming or
I was drumming and I was trying to do my own thing kind of.
yeah.
Like while I was in Nimbus, I was doing a business plan for my own stuff.
Okay.
I was playing with this guy, Mateus Moon, as well. He was kind of like a blues rock artist, everyone was really into blues rock,
Okay.
like in 2014,
Right. Yeah.
because it was like the Black Keys and Royal Blood, and
Oh, right.
like these
That's
bands were
true.
just like blowing up, right? And it's
True.
like, oh man, like heavy blues riffs were just like
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I was with some bands like that. I was in Ripple Illusion,
Yes.
who's still
Yes.
going, and yeah, so I was playing drums with them, playing with a lot of people that were just like way older than me, which was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Ended up playing in some cover bands, solo artists, and while I was in Nimbus, since it's a recording school, I was recording drums for a lot of just people's projects.
Okay.
So I just offer to be the drummer and would end up like doing sessions from like 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. and then having class at like 9 a.m. until like 1 p.m. And
Okay.
yeah, I did not get a lot of sleep.
Yeah, no. I mean, I even today I don't think I get enough sleep. So
Yeah, that was silly. I was
yeah.
like, why do I have to be here for 12 hours to record one song on the drums? Most of it was
Right.
just me waiting for the students to like, get everything together and
Right.
troubleshoot the
Yeah,
board and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, get everything prepped. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now you probably just walk in, right? And you're like, I
Yeah,
need to sit
exactly.
around
I'm
and
like,
wait
let's
for
do it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
definitely.
the call time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, all right, show up at 8. All right, I'll show up at 11. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Um so I mean, I knew you mainly from Chase the Bear,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden Summer's brother came along. Like, did
Mm.
that obviously happened like while you were in Chase the Bear? You what kind of inspired that? Were you just like, I really want to say something and like use my voice and write my own songs and
Yeah, I think so because like Chase the Bear already has a singer, you
yeah,
know. Chase the Bear has a front man.
yeah,
And even though I was writing songs and getting like a song on an album, there's also just stuff that I was writing that I'm like, this isn't Chase the Bear at all. This is
okay,
like the exact
gotcha,
opposite.
yeah,
It's this like I just have so much vision for this Summer's Brother thing
yeah,
where and it was making me really kind of like upset and resentful
oh, okay,
while playing in Chase the Bear. Just
right,
being like, like I really want to do this, I really want to do that, and like they're not letting me do this, and they're not letting me do
oh
that, and I'm
yeah,
like, and at a certain point, I was like, what am I talking about? I can still do that,
yeah,
like
yeah, just
I
a moment of like self realization,
yeah,
right?
I
Like,
can still do that,
yeah,
just not in Chase the Bear.
yeah,
Like I can do everything that I want, just not. It doesn't have to be Chase the Bear,
yeah, yeah,
and that was a
yeah,
very freeing thing where I was like, oh, I can record songs and I can put a band together, and
yeah,
I've done it a million times before.
yeah,
I've started tons of bands, so I know how to get photo shoots done and make an online presence and make
yeah,
videos and put practices together. But like being a band leader, that was definitely like one of the things where I was like, oh no, I always just show up
yeah,
and like play. How do I tell people what to do without like being a big jerk about it?
yeah,
And like, how do I, you know, be the person with the initiative all the time? Because I think that was a big thing too, was like, I've got all this initiative and all of these ideas, but like, not everyone wants to do them. So I'm getting kind of like shut down when I really think that these ideas are good. And, I really think that the way that I want to do things is going to work, um, but it's unconventional. So,
right,
it's hard when you're not the band leader to be like, hey guys, we should do this thing that like people don't usually do. It's easy for when you're in a band with 6 people for 4 out of 6 people to be like, I don't know about that,
yeah, yeah,
and that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
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 and so yeah, I think I just needed to do something where like I'm the band leader and I'm gonna execute this vision that's kind of unconventional and you know try to zig while others zag and um, not reinvent the wheel by any means, but
yeah.
just try to do things in my own way, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you certainly have, like, and I think that that's reaching people.
I
It
hope so.
seems to be working so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, like your song, "Misinformation" is doing really
Hmm.
well.
Yeah, that did surprisingly well. It was the
Yeah,
first single, and I was super happy about it.
yeah,
Yeah, we recorded it really well, and um, working with Andy was like
great.
awesome. He let us
Okay,
take as much time as we wanted in the studio, so
yeah,
that was really sweet. He yeah, we just like paid him by the song,
okay,
and it was like that was so nice to just be able to not look at the clock and be like, okay, it's $500 per day. We've got to make sure that we do everything like this and this and this.
okay,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, instead it was like, all right, this is my rate, and however long it's gonna take to get the song, that's how long it's gonna take. We're
nice,
gonna work on it. It's gonna be the thing that you want it to be. So
yeah,
we ended up recording like one song for 2 weeks, basically.
okay,
Like we kept having ideas and just being like, oh, what if we did this? And we recorded like chips as like the snare sound,
oh,
and like
okay,
I posted a video about it a long time ago, but we tried like 5 different types of chips and like tried crunching them and tried like chewing them and sampled them on top of the snare to give it this like cool like crunchy sound. I just wanted this like I wanted a crunchy snare
I love
sound. So I was
it.
like, let's do it with chips. It'll be great. It'll be fun. It'll
Yeah.
be great content.
Right,
It'll
yeah.
be like, just it'll be
Trying out new
innovative. And
things, yeah.
yeah, so we were able to do stuff like that
Did
because
did any of
yeah.
it stick?
I don't know if you
Did you
can
end up
tell.
using it?
We used it, but I don't know if you can.
Okay.
It's not like when you hear the song, it's like, oh, that sounds like
Yeah.
chips. Like, I'm so glad they chose the Cheetos instead of the Doritos. Like no one's thinking that,
Yeah.
but it was
But
still
they know
like,
it's there.
yeah.
It's there somewhere.
But
Yeah.
I like it
Yeah.
more, and that's what matters to me because
Yeah.
I didn't like the snare sound, so I was like, it
Yeah.
needs that
Yeah.
crispiness. And
Okay.
afterwards, I was like, yep, that's it, love it, perfect snare sound, and I was
Nice.
just that much more satisfied with the end product because of it.
Okay.
That's what
Good.
really
Good.
matters.
Yes. 100 is that you feel good about it. 100%.
Yeah.
Um, did you know Andy before, or did you just reach out to him like
Yes.
randomly?
Yes, he reached out to me actually, and I had recorded like session drums with him on like a
Okay.
few projects.
Nice.
And I feel like we knew each other through some sort of music BC slash Nimbus networking thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember, or maybe I even played with his band with um, Echo Nebraska.
Oh,
Yeah, that was his old band. So I might have played with his band. I really can't remember, but I posted a video of me wearing clown makeup and looking out my window playing like a song that I wrote.
yeah.
And then he reached out and was like, I really love this song. We should record it.
Cool.
And he also mentioned that he writes grants. And,
Okay.
that's like part of what he does for artists when he works with them is,
Okay.
he'll help you write a grant if he is confident that you'll be able to get it.
Okay. Cool.
And so that was one of the things that was nice about recording too, is that like he didn't charge us up front because he's like, I'm pretty sure we're going to get this grant, so
Okay.
don't worry about it for now, and if you don't get the grant, we'll figure it out.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, we,
Wow,
we
that's
ended
so
up getting the
awesome.
grant,
Oh,
and yeah,
that's sweet.
so we didn't have to worry about it, and just like, sweet, like we it feels like we got a free song.
Yeah, totally. So that was misinformation, that whole that fell under that story.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then we did the same thing with Enemies and uh, Sweeter Dream, which are the last two on the EP.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. And so now you have this EP out
Yeah,
called Class Clown.
yeah.
Definitely go take a listen to it, you guys. What has that been like to release that and to have that out into the world? Like,
It's been awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's taken 5 years. Because only 3 of those songs Andy did, and then Make It With You is a cover
Yep.
of the Queens of the Stone Age
Love
song.
that song.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
And that was like a COVID thing where I was like, I really want to hear this song, but with a beat that sounds like.
Yeah.
And I just like, I was like, oh, that would be so cool. I
Yeah.
really need to hear that.
Yeah.
And so I think I like made a demo in my basement, and then I was like, yes, this is sick. I should release it, but better. And so we did it with Braden Rangno, Stephanie Rangno, actually.
Okay.
That is their dead name, and I shouldn't use that. Because Stephanie has now transitioned since the recording.
Okay, amazing.
So yeah, she did that with us, and it was like all in the control room in one day kind of thing with just a bunch of friends, like a recording project.
Nice.
And then I hung on to that like for years because I was like, should the first Summers Brother release be a cover, or should it be original?
Right.
And I figured having a cover in itself is its own like thing. It has its own like hype about it.
Yeah.
So it has a reason to be promoted outside of the fact that it's the first song.
Right.
Where like Misinformation is something that is my own, and that should be the first song, because if it's the second song, it doesn't have its own reason to be interesting.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
So like the first song is interesting because it's the first song. The second song is interesting because it's a cover. That was essentially like the mentality behind it.
Okay.
And then there was the Read the Book, which is the other song, which was recorded with Matt Roach, and I played in a band called Bad Magic. And so when I played with Bad Magic, they were the band for that song.
Oh, okay.
And then I was playing with them as well. So we kind of like shared our band amongst our both projects.
Okay.
And then Matt was like, well, why don't you just, like make them all Bad Magic, And I was like, that's fine. And so we did that for a bit. Then Bad Magic broke up. So I was like, I still have this song. I really want to use it and put it out. Everyone was fine with that.
Okay.
So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like, though, when I looked on your Instagram, like you were coming out as Summer's brother back in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Was it around that time? And you were just doing acoustic shows, like with your guitar.
Yeah, definitely.
So was that was kind of the beginning of Summer's brother?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. When I started doing like the clown makeup stuff, and because that was a lot of the first gigs that I did that didn't need a band. So and then like we did some Lanaloo stuff where I had Wyatt from Brass Camel on drums, and Thomas, our current guitarist, he was playing bass, and I was playing guitar. So it would just kind of be like a 3-piece thing. And yeah, we did a few shows like that, and yeah, that was quite a while ago. For sure.
Yeah.
But 2020 was definitely like, COVID was happening, and I wanted to keep doing something.
Yeah.
But like Chase the Bear was kind of just like stagnant. So I was just like, I'm still gonna do something. Still gotta gotta make stuff and try to pursue this kind of vision, whatever it is. And I started doing like the clown makeup thing, and
so why'd you decide to do that?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's very valid. I feel like that's the question on everyone's mind, isn't it? No, there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with just having another identity when you go on stage, kind of like drag performers.
Yeah.
You put on your makeup and you put on your outfit, and you get to just like be fabulous and be like the person that you always wanted to be, but feel like maybe you aren't. Right. So it's nice to have that kind of like transitionary thing between stage and not on stage. So then it's like, oh, I can do whatever I want now because I'm not Connor Brooks anymore. I'm this guy.
Yeah. It's like it gives you that courage to to just step into yourself a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like when, it's like during Halloween, if you're being like a character for Halloween, you feel more comfortable being that
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Um yeah. And then I was also just being inspired by artists like David Bowie and
Yeah.
yeah, like people who just would experiment with theatrics on stage. My Chemical Romance, they did a lot of
Yes.
that stuff as well. Um and just like loving that, well, not loving that nobody was doing it, but just being like, why isn't anyone doing that? That's the
Right.
perfect thing. I should do that because no one is really doing a lot of that.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
always just see people show up like wearing the same clothes they wore the same day, and like, because that's cool.
Right.
It's like really cool not to care and to
Right.
be like laissez-faire about it and be like, yeah, whatever, like this is just me,
Right.
and that's awesome, like whatever, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want it to be interesting and
Yeah.
entertaining, like we were saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Put on a
like,
show.
yeah, put on
Yeah.
a show, because I've seen 500 shows from being in bands for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm bored
Yeah.
now when I go to see shows. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that. I've heard that. I've heard the singer say, we're going to slow this one down a little bit when they play the slow song every time. And,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
really want to do something that is a little bit different. So
Yeah.
then people are actually entertained when they go see a show.
Yeah. But it feels like authentic to you at the same time.
I hope
right?
so.
Like,
Yeah,
is
definitely.
that how it feels for you? Like,
I feel like I kind of always wonder like where that line is between authenticity and not, and like being performative.
right.
Because it's a performance, but also I authentically want to give that performance.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like, oh man, I gotta put on the clown makeup today, like, because people need to like me. Like it's
right. No,
it's not like
no,
that.
No.
But I often fear that like it'll be seen that way. Like it's
right.
like we played this show at UBC last week.
Right.
And
that went really well.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It went really well.
Yeah.
But everyone was like 19 years old and like super cool. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to do the clown makeup because they're all gonna like think I'm lame or something.
Sure.
Like,
the self-doubt is creeping in. You're
like all these kids are gonna think that I'm like super lame and I try way too hard, and
right.
but I was like, nah, maybe me thinking that is just being super lame and trying too hard. So I was like, authenticity, Connor, you can do this. Just like be consistent. Like, I like this right now, so I'm gonna do it, and that's the way it is. So yeah, I think it is.
And it went well. Like,
it went awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like one of our best crowds ever.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's so awesome that like, you can share that story of just like how you were grappling with like whether or not you should show up in that way, and then give yourself that little pep talk and like muster up the courage to do it, and then it ends up being like an amazing show. So like, that's so cool.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't have anything to be afraid of. And people, and there were some people as well that were at other shows. And so it would be pretty disappointing to
where's his makeup?
It's like, where's the thing? And then they see like it's like, that's not what I came to see, or like, also it shows the self-doubt when this character that I play is very confident and very like, um the character is, knows himself very well, and I find that inspiring to me. I look up to that version of myself. And if that version of myself isn't putting on the makeup, then it's like, it's kind of like letting down the image of it. It's like
it's disrupting the matrix.
It's like, exactly. It's like Batman being like, I don't think I want to do this today, guys. Sorry, like, figure it out yourself.
I don't
it's
want to wear a
like,
mask today.
yeah, I
Like,
don't want
yeah,
to do it,
then people know how I look, and I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's like, yeah, Batman showing up with just
Yeah.
like a band, like, a little mask
Yeah.
around the eyes, being like, I didn't feel like getting ready. I don't like, screw you guys, and the people getting saved are just like,
Yeah. Who's this
man,
guy?
who is this guy?
This is half-assed.
Yeah,
Don't save
exactly.
me. Go back and put your mask on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's half-assed. That is what I didn't want to half-ass it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Is that like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna do it, you gotta do it all the way, 100%, and
Yes.
don't apologize about it. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that fear of judgment, I think everyone, like, especially, like, I'm going to say, like, oh, especially me, but it's like, no,
Uh
everyone
huh.
goes through it, especially as artists when we're getting up there and, bearing our soul. It's not easy, right? It does take a lot of
Mm-hmm.
courage. And so, whatever you need to do to, like, channel that into your performance, like, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like, the world needs more authenticity,
Mm-hmm.
and we're so afraid of like different, and
Yeah.
we try to keep things the same, and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's our, like, what our job is as artists, is to like kind of
Disrupt
like,
that.
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
tear down those illusions that we have, and make people see things differently through our songs and feel something. And
Yeah.
um I mean, and for you, like, it's you're like adding on this other layer of like self-expression through like fashion and dress, and um you know more like theatrics on the stage, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just like makes it more fun, and it just like makes life more fun, I think,
I think
like
it gives people permission to
yeah,
have fun.
yeah,
It's like, if I'm cringe, then that gives everybody else permission to be cringy.
right,
And
yeah,
it's like, if I make an absolute fool of myself, that is me doing my job, because
yeah,
that means that anybody who's in front of the stage, they're not going to be afraid to dance or
yeah,
scream or whatever, and they're just going to have like a good time,
yeah,
because I'm having a good time and I don't care what anybody thinks. And I'm wearing fucking clown makeup and uh
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and leather pants, and I don't care. And that's how everyone should feel all the time.
And like, where does that come from? Because like, I have to say that like that's something I admire about you,
Hmm.
and like I could, like, I'll just take a little piece of that with me today,
That's so
honestly,
sweet. Thank you.
because I care so much about what people think, and I feel like you
Hmm.
really just, like, even just looking online and at what you're doing, I'm like, he really doesn't give a fuck about what people think. Like,
Oh, I
where,
do.
I mean, we all do to an extent, but you
Yeah.
seem to be able to surpass that in some way. And so, where do you feel like, where do you think that comes from for you? Like,
I don't know. I think it's just because the artists I really admire do that.
okay,
And so, like, I mentioned David Bowie
yes,
before,
yeah,
or like artists like the Chili Peppers, or artists like Queens of the Stone Age. I just, or Nirvana, where it just like, I just kind of really decided that I wanted to be like too weird to be ignored, I guess.
okay,
Um,
yeah,
where like, I just want to be so different that it really catches people's attention, but also, when it comes to music and stuff, like, really care about the melody and really care about like, um that, like, I don't know, just I really want to write really good catchy songs too.
right, yeah,
So, and I
yeah,
feel like that's what lots of artists have when they are just like catapulting into the stratosphere, which is what I want to do.
yeah,
Is just to be that artist in, like, all of those artists have that thing where it's like, oh, this is so familiar but different at the same time, that
right,
like perfect mix of like, this is familiar enough for me to like it, but
mm-hmm,
it's different enough for me to care.
yeah,
And I think that's kind of that balance that I'm trying to do. And at the same time, I've also tried so many things that like everybody else does. and
Yeah.
it just like didn't work, and
Right.
it didn't make me feel good doing it,
Okay.
and it didn't pan out for me anyways.
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
if it's not going to work anyways, I may as well just do whatever I want. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
if nobody likes it, then that's fine. I'll just do something else.
Yeah.
And I feel like adopting that mentality, that counterintuitive mentality of like not caring about what other people think, is what makes people care in like a
Right.
weird reverse
Okay.
psychology kind
I
of
see what
way.
you mean. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that, like, I don't give a fuck mentality is like that thing that people seem to respond to and really appreciate.
Yeah.
And the more that works, the more I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna do more of that then.
Yeah. And it feels good for you, at the end of the day. It's like it
Mm-hmm.
always comes back to that. Like,
Yeah.
it has to feel good for you, and you need to be able to be like putting that energy out to, your audience and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. So,
Yeah.
um,
Not that I don't pay attention to what people respond to.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we were talking about that video where I told people that the stickers, like I was going to
right,
give free stickers out.
yeah,
And I noticed that right after that, um, I made some other videos that didn't do so well of us like performing and stuff.
yeah,
And then I made another video of me just talking to the camera, and that did really well. And so now I make more videos where I talk to the camera
okay,
because
yeah,
people respond to that. And I don't mind doing that
yeah,
because I
yeah.
grew up making YouTube videos when I was 12, 13,
Oh, really?
14, 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I had a YouTube channel and I wanted to be like a YouTuber. And that
No
was like
way.
one of my dreams.
And you were
Yeah.
playing music,
Sometimes,
or
but
you
a
were just
lot of
vlogging?
it was vlogging. Yeah, on like
Okay,
my parents' webcam. So I would
interesting.
just like talk to the camera. I would not edit. It was so long and boring. There were no cuts. So I
What
would
would
just
you
be,
talk about?
I don't know, like there was one video I remember really well where it was people were, because YouTube was like brutal in like 2008. Like people were just calling me all sorts of names online and saying that I wore mascara. That was like
Oh,
a big thing. Like, why do you wear mascara? You fucking, yeah, like
yeah, yeah.
homophobic slurs.
Right,
And
right.
like, so I made this video being like, okay, so I don't wear mascara, and to prove that, I found some of my mom's mascara and I'm gonna show you what I look like when I wear it. And so like I was like using the camera as like my mirror, and like no cuts, just like all one take, just excruciatingly slow, me
Yeah,
trying to put makeup on, not talking,
yeah.
just like absolute silence, and then being like, so this is what I look like with makeup on. So now don't ask me because I don't wear,
Yeah.
wait a minute. And
Yeah.
like, just to prove that I don't wear mascara, I
That's funny.
wore mascara. I feel like that actually links very well to what I'm doing now.
Totally. Totally. I see that. Interesting.
But I'm very comfortable talking to the camera now because I
Yeah.
have been doing it for so long. And fortunately, I mean, like, unfortunately, artists have to do that now.
Yeah.
And like it's a whole thing now. You can't just be like the musician, you have to be the content creator and all that stuff. But I'm lucky that I wanted to be a content creator,
Yeah.
and then like I stopped doing it to like start doing music, and then it kind of like came back around to be like, actually you have to do this now.
Yeah.
And I was like really bad at it at first,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like kept posting and posting and creating and posting, and you know just got like a little bit better at it. I'm still not very good at it, but
I
like,
like your posts. I think they're funny
thank
and they're
you.
entertaining, and
All
like,
right.
how do you come up with those ideas? Do you just like
Which ones?
I know.
Like,
Are you kind of the one in charge of posting and doing all of that stuff? Oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay.
yeah, it's just me.
Okay.
A lot of times I just see what other people post on TikTok, and then I'm just like, oh, that's a good idea. I should do one of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think most recently I did that music video where I just clipped up like a bunch of like old 90s anime,
Yeah.
and I like edited it together
Yeah.
for a music video because I
Yeah.
really wanted to do like a visualizer video.
It looks cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
proud of it.
Yeah.
And it took me like weeks
Yeah.
to like, because I was looking on Pinterest at GIFs,
Yeah.
like little 3-second clips that are very hard to edit in a video editing software.
Yeah.
Because if you clip the beginning of a GIF, it doesn't bring you to the middle of the GIF. It just starts again.
Oh.
Because the way that the file works,
Oh.
it's like a photo.
Okay.
So if a GIF is this length and then you clip it to this length, then it just plays it from the beginning and then it clips off the end. So you
Oh,
can't start
okay.
a GIF
Oh, I
from the
see.
middle.
Right.
So I had to make the clips, if I wanted to start later, I had to make the clips play on top of another one.
Oh
So it
my
would kind of look
goodness.
like this.
Oh
And
wow.
then once this one ended, then the middle of this one would start.
Yeah.
So just doing stuff like that for hours and like making the cues right and stuff was really fun and like rewarding and stuff.
What's your connection to anime?
I was a big anime nerd back when I was like 12. I was really into like Naruto and Bleach and all of these shows that like, you know, weren't cool at the time, I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah.
and would like shamefully hide it.
Right.
Like I had like Naruto headbands that I would like hide in my drawer
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
afraid people would come over and would like not like me anymore
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
just like was too much of a nerd about it.
Yeah.
And I had like a subscription to Shonen Jump magazine, which had like Yu-Gi-Oh and Naruto and like One Piece and all of these
Yeah.
manga like
Yeah.
all in one kind of issue. So I was just really obsessed with it for a while. So I think it kind of gives me that like nostalgic feeling,
Yeah.
especially when I see that like graininess
Right.
that the 90s
Yeah.
anime has.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like Inuyasha a lot and like the early Pokemon and stuff. So maybe that's where that comes from. It's just like, ooh, that gives me like warm
Yeah.
vibes,
Yeah.
like staying up past my bedtime
Yeah.
late at night watching this like TV show that is very strange that I've never seen before.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like for some reason it connects to the music somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was like, I feel like people who like this music will appreciate this.
Yeah.
You know,
Fair.
it's just
Fair.
kind of like a nerdy like subculture thing.
Yeah. Well, and for you, it was like reliving, like you say, like reliving that feeling, and it made you feel good, and
Mm-hmm.
just got to keep following those feel good feelings, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. It doesn't need an
going with that.
explanation.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's part of the brand or not.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, it is now. You
Yeah,
know,
it is. Yeah.
if I'm thinking about branding as an artist, then I try to do it counterintuitively,
Right.
or like I try to reverse engineer it.
Right.
It's like the brand is what I made. I'm not making the brand, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah.
And then if I can keep it in a certain box, then that's good too. I actually thought about making the album cover like in that 90s anime style.
Yeah.
But I just like don't know any artists that do that.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I just went with a different concept.
Yeah. I really like the artwork of all the singles though. Like, is that you who put all that together?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Who are your bandmates? Tell us about your band.
We've got Thomas on guitar. He also writes. He writes like a lot of the instrumental stuff. So for like the first EP is just songs that I've written and brought to the band. And for each year that the band was together, we kind of got closer as bandmates. Until the last two songs of the EP, those were recorded with the current band. All the other ones were recorded with like other members, or Misinformation was with like an earlier iteration of the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we've got like Caleb who plays bass. Okay. We got Caleb after I realized that I can't play guitar,
Right.
and Thomas is an incredible guitar player.
He's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he writes amazing, like really melodic and like melancholy, beautiful guitar like progressions that I would never think of.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm like, all right, I'm giving you this,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna sing, and then Caleb's gonna play bass, and then Wyatt from Brass Camel is playing drums
Nice.
for a bit, but he was too busy with Brass Camel, so I started playing drums and singing,
Yeah.
which was really fun.
You do that really well. I'm
Thank
like
you.
very impressed.
It's very hard.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, with great difficulty and lots of focus.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, I would just end up being like super exhausted.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was, as much as I say that it's a lot of fun, it's not. Because it's like, yeah, it's actually just like really demanding physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Trying to sing and play drums, and also just like I'm in the back and I can't even tell if anyone's having fun because I'm just so focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not making eye contact with the crowd. I'm not like interacting with anybody in the audience at all.
Yeah.
And which is one of the reasons why I like being a front man.
Yeah.
Is being able to like stand up and dance and jump and like just like interact with all the people. So yeah, we started like trying out some drummers, and then we got Max, who's 19 years old, and this is his first band ever.
Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And he is so talented and enthusiastic and is just like down to like help with the business side of the band. And he's like got so many ideas, it's his first band. So he's just like
coming in with all the energy.
Yeah. And he's super stoked. His dreams haven't been crushed yet.
Right. He's not jaded.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah.
I do that for him. And then he starts his own band and the cycle continues. Right. In 10 years, he will be disappointed with my failures. Right. And then he will do everything right in response to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very, very happy about this kind of core that we've got. And then like a lot of the songs are, I just love synths. But keyboard players are so hard to get because they're so talented and play in so many bands like drummers. There's not very many like synth players. And there's not very many synth players that are just like not in a band or not in 5 bands.
Yeah.
So usually when we have a keys player, they're usually like on as a session player. But I recently bought this like a little keyboard up there. And
nice.
Well, actually I'm renting it, but yeah, here I'll show the camera.
Sure. Show and tell.
So this is the Yamaha Reface DX. It's really cute. It can run on batteries if you want, but I don't have any. And yeah, it's got like some presets. It's got like 4 different banks of presets, and you can choose 8 different sounds for the 4 banks. So whatever 4 times 8 is, that's how many sounds you get.
This is not sponsored, by the way.
No, God, no. I wish they gave me this. This would be awesome, but yeah, we don't have any allegiance to any particular synth company. Right. But I love the size and the fact that it has presets is awesome.
Well, this is exciting. Like some songs are going to come out of this, I think, right?
Totally. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want a keys player. But right now I'm like the last UBC show, I played a little bit of keys.
Okay.
I learned like the main synth lines that are in the recordings just so then it wouldn't feel empty.
Right.
Anything that doesn't have vocals, because I don't want to be a like singing piano player.
Yeah.
Sounds
like you just want to sing and connect with the audience. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I might get a keytar. I think that's kind of like
I could see that.
Yeah,
that's on brand.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's on brand, I think I'm gonna get a guitar because then I can actually sing and play, and I don't have to be like,
Yeah.
hunched over a keyboard.
Yeah, you can
But
move around the
also,
stage.
yeah, but also guitars are kind of like goofy and like a novelty. So it might be a thing where I bring it out for like a song
Okay,
and
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Good one.
do a guitar
Yeah.
song, but also maybe have it on a stand.
Yeah.
So it's like dual purpose.
Nice.
I'll play it as a keyboard, and everyone's like, "What's that weird looking keyboard?" And then I'll pick it up and be like,
Yeah.
"What's up? It's a guitar."
Yeah, you have the vision already. I love it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how these things start.
I love
Essentially,
it.
it was just like
in your imagination. Yeah.
And then tonight, it's gonna be 3 a.m, and I'm just gonna be like wanting to go to sleep and be like, okay, so what is the beginning of the song gonna sound like? Okay, am I gonna have the guitar then? No, and
yeah.
I basically like
Obsess over it a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Oh, that's what's next for Summer's Brother? What's your guys' plans?
Well, we gotta record some more. Yeah, Andy wants to do some more recordings, so like we've got to write, but right now I really want to just play like tons of shows.
Okay.
Because Max, the drummer, is pretty new.
Yeah.
So like
here in BC, or do you want to start branching out? Like
yeah. Like right now I'm booking an Ontario tour for May.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, good for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
It's my first time like trying to do that, so we're gonna fly out and then like rent a vehicle.
Yeah.
I work for Long McQuaid, so
Okay.
we can rent instruments
That
for
works
like
out.
half price.
Yeah.
And most of the time anyways, like you can usually rely on at least another band to bring like a drum kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now we have Toronto booked and Hamilton booked, I think.
Okay.
And then like I've reached out to I want to do like Mississauga and London and Montreal, and that's what's nice about out there is that you can fly out there and play like 10 different cities within like a 2-hour radius of each other.
Yeah.
And then come back, because after that sticker campaign,
Right.
half of those people were in Ontario.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you, why you chose Ontario.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you have some fans out there.
Yeah, we do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, let's build on that, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And that's where like most of the Canadian music industry is anyways, is like out in Toronto. So
yeah,
to be able to just at least start and, plant some seeds there to be able to like meet people. We also made some like pen pals on TikTok from Toronto, just like other bands and stuff, and we like each other's posts, and yeah, just like it'd be nice to just like meet those people in person and yeah, do stuff out there. And then yeah, we'll record more. And then with Chase the Bear, we've got an island tour coming up in October, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
We've got like a potential tour coming up where we're gonna open up for like a comeback for a popular artist from the early to mid 2000s, which I'm pretty excited about.
Oh, can you share who it is?
Well, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Oh,
so if it doesn't happen,
we're
then it'll be embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, so stay tuned on their socials.
Yeah.
For that.
So like that tour is going to be like the biggest Chase the Bear tour, because we'll be opening like 300 capacity to 500 capacity venues and going to like Montreal, Toronto, Saskatoon, like playing all these cities and stuff.
Wow.
So.
Okay, well, I'm rooting for you. I really hope that goes through.
Me too. Yeah.
Cool. Well, please go listen to Summer Brothers music.
Summer's Brother,
what did I say?
Summer Brothers.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. People mix up the S.
Yeah.
Sometimes it jumps around.
Okay,
so.
Summer's Brother. Please go stream and listen to their music and catch their shows when they are performing. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us about your band.
Yeah, of course. My pleasure. Thanks for coming out all this way.
Yeah.